couldn't look away from the train wreck. You can blame it on the tech or the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of checking these buttons. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. It is Wednesday. We are back as promised, and we are picking up pretty much where we left off. And when I say that, I mean there is so much. Ladies and gents, it's just like we said in the last video, like there's so much going on with all these cases, harassment, people kind of getting thrown under the bus, other people getting exposed. On the flip side, you could say, well, it's always been there. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting to know about it now, and at least it's getting exposed. That right there is what I'm trying to say is the greatest part of everything that's happening right now, because at least now it's coming to light and people are getting justice. This is usually something I say for the end of the video. I feel like I'm just skipping ahead, but anyway, let's go. Now to the first set of buttons that need to be checked. This one is interesting, and it kind of has a familiar feel. All right, so as you know, or you may not know, there's a very well-known player by the name of ESAM, right, in the Smash community. You might know him. We've actually covered him a few times here on this channel as well. The dude has definitely had some highlights, definitely had a good career within the Smash community, definitely well known. So before we get into that, ESAM posts this right here. He says, I've been made aware of a video that surfaced of me in 2014, y'all. So not 3 years ago, we're talking what, 6 years? So now take the Chris G situation and times it times two. We're going back 6 years. So anyway, 2014, saying both racial and homophobic slur. I am so sorry for ever thinking it was okay. And as a straight white man to say those things, it is gross and disgusting, and I wish I never thought it was acceptable. So right now, if you haven't seen the video, which we'll show a clip right now, you're probably thinking, well, how could he ever think it was acceptable to say something racist or a homophobic slur? And the reason being, you be the judge, you watch the video, is because it comes out later that what he was saying is he was comfortable because he was around friends. He thought he had a pass to say these things. He thought he was just being like one of the homies, trying to be funny in a way. Here it is.
That was so hot.
I guess you could say hot nigga. Yeah, that was awful. I'm significantly too white to make that reference. 50 nigga. What, we this new Smash man nigga? Nigga.
Alright, let's go to Tomodachi Lane again. That's my stage right now.
Nigga, go boxing ring. 8 nigga 3. Why am I fighting Ike?
Fighting what?
Oh, that still blows up.
Oh, I just want it so bad.
I will gladly charge shot for you getting your little nigga out.
This is really stressful to watch.
To watch. Yeah.
Hey, you little here, back again with another video. Today's video, Black Lives. Do they really matter? Watch to the end to find out.
I don't necessarily like black people.
With this right here, it's very interesting. For one, I could say his sponsor as of yet has not said anything. I don't think he's with Panda Global. They have not said anything as to if they're gonna drop him or not. I don't think that they will, because when we get through this story, you'll see why. But if they do, I definitely will put it on the screen before we get out of here, because this is all kind of fresh. So anyway, a lot of people, y'all, I'm gonna start to put it all from pros to casuals. They actually were like coming to the defense of ESAM. Now let me break this shit down. The reason why I say that is, for one, when you just look at it, there's a couple things you could tell. For one, you could tell he just sounds like a fucking dummy when he says it. He says at one point saying, I say it better than most people, that's why I get a pass. I don't even know what the fuck that means. So I would say it's corny, it's cringy, and he looks like a dumbass. But if we're keeping it real, you could tell he's with his homies and he's feeling like he got a pass, and he's just trying to be cool. He's not using it, or he's not trying to use it in a racist type of way. He's kind of using it how people say fool or dude, and a lot of people actually recognize that. People actually are recognizing this shit, and they're not just, oh, he's a racist. Well, not everybody, I should say. But anyway, as you can tell by looking at the screen, a lot of people are like, it's all good. We know it was a long time ago. We know you're not like this anymore. And we know you didn't mean it in an actual racist way or a hateful way. So it's all good. And for the second, and the one that kind of stands out the most, it was fucking 6 years ago. Whoever just leaked this video or put it out there, definitely, if you're paying attention, because we'll expose that shit as well, if you're paying attention, they purposely tried to make him look worse than the video was. And that's the fucked up thing right here, because not only are you gonna try to put this man on blast, 6 years. And another thing that was really fucked up about the video is it was actually tweaked. It's not like they just released it flat out. At the end, whoever this dude is that pops up, I actually don't know who he is, was like, hey guys, this is, I don't know who he is. But at the end, when it says, I don't like black, and it cuts off super quick because you don't get to hear the sentence, ESAM actually doesn't say I don't like black people. He's talking about a completely different thing. It was like a cheer, something completely else. So he actually never said I don't like black people. He was talking about a completely different topic. I'll put it on the screen here as well. So they actually tried to make this man look even worse. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And that's why I say I don't think if Panda Global could do any kind of research, I'm sure it's hit their fucking desktop by now. I don't think they should drop him because it's obviously tweaked. Now, here's my problem with all of this, y'all. Here's the problem. A lot of these videos, matter of fact, both of these videos are super damn old. You gotta realize that a lot of these guys, they're around our age. You know what I'm saying? They're all fucking adults. A lot of them are from the generation. Nobody ever meant it from our groups, what I'm trying to say, as a homophobic slur. Nobody was ever trying to dig deep or cut somebody because we actually thought they were homosexual or anything like that. We were simply fucking around with our friends. So a lot of dudes said it in a playful way. In no way were they trying to be homophobic. And at that time, that scenario where you kind of labeled somebody like that, that actually didn't exist. So that's what I'm saying. To get an old video like that and bring it to the current 2020 and say, oh, check out how homophobic they are, I don't think that counts. Now, here in 2020, are we still talking like that? Let's be real. Some people are. But I think some people, a lot of people are actually getting away from that word now because they see that it's very sensitive and they're not trying to offend anybody in the gay community. And that is because times are changing. Today is a completely different day from when we were kids and we were coming up. That's why I have a problem, a huge problem, when you're taking people's past 3 years ago, now 6 years ago, and trying to judge them. Trying to judge them on today's standards for some past shit. No. So it's not like he came out with a bullshit apology that I can see anyway, where he was like, hey, you guys gotta understand, these were the times. This is how I grew up, so fuck y'all. No, he actually still apologized. He recognized this is a different day and age from 6 years ago to today, and he apologized. Now, once again, these are just my thoughts. If you guys have some other information, definitely let me know. I'm not speaking on everything ESAM has ever done. We're just talking about this particular story. All right, and now into the next set of buttons that need to be checked. As if that wasn't enough, we got some more coming right now. Okay, so y'all remember the whole Mike Z thing, right? Popped off, big thing, because at first he said the real tasteless joke, horrible ass joke on stream. A lot of people pissed off that he wasn't dealt with then, but then it came out that he was also accused of sexual harassment, and now everybody's pretty much banning him, saying he can't go to tournaments coming up when, you know, tournaments become a thing again. So they're officially dropping him. Now, as far as him cutting ties completely with the FGC, that remains to be seen. But I know as right now, everybody's kind of banning him one by one. Then the sexual allegations happened, which was what, just like a couple days ago, and the shit hit the fan. Sonic Fox's name was brought right back to the forefront, like, yo, what about now, Sonic? You vouched for this dude. So anyway, people are posting tweets like this saying, those of you telling Sonic Fox, Sharpie, the Kill Sage, and the rest of the Skullgirls community, it's not your fault, it's not your responsibility, and consoling them, you need to stop. They weren't gonna do shit about Mike Z publicly disrespecting an unjustly murdered black person. It took a pretty little white girl saying she felt uncomfortable for them to finally take action. This is 100% on them. Y'all should have acted sooner. So people add on to this as well, pretty much saying that, you know, Sonic Fox was pretty much like under his spell. They post memes and stuff like that. Sonic Fox trying to break the spell of Mike Z. Sonic Fox was just like basically a bot for Mike Z. So Sonic Fox did a lot of replies. He did a lot of speaking, man, like a lot. We'll go over just a few of them. So right here it starts, Sonic Fox saying, look, as a black person, you cannot even remotely fathom how devastating his comment made me feel, especially when it's coming from someone you regard as your best friend. I know you're trying to mean well, but stop telling other black people how to feel on these matters, especially when the situation is far more complicated due to my personal connection with him. Things aren't as black and white as they seem, especially if you knew him personally. You would understand our community is grieving so much if you did. He continues on saying, I really did look to him as a close friend and a mentor and even someone that pretty much saved my life. But even with all that help, I have to protect my community, even if it's from people like him. So basically, Sonic goes on to say how hard this is, and a lot of people relate. A lot of people are like, man, I can't begin to understand what you're going through right now. Because real talk, let's be real, y'all. Even though Mike Z did all this, imagine he was your best homie, like Sonic Fox is saying. Imagine he was like your fucking, think of whoever your best friend is right now, your brother. Somebody's like your right-hand man. And then all of a sudden it comes out that he's doing all this shit. How are you gonna feel? How are you gonna react? Like real talk, if it truly is your best friend if you have some character, if you have some self-worth, if you have respect for people of the world, you know, and treating them equally, eventually, yes, you will be like what Sonic did, and you'd be like, yo, I gotta cut ties with you, man. I can't allow this in my life. We have to stand for something. You have to stand for something. You have to be better than this. Therefore, I gotta check your ass, and I gotta cut ties, and I gotta make sure our community is safe. And that's just real. Once again, like I said, we're real live human beings living in real life. Now, like I said, once again, this is a new ass story. It is still unfolding. So if anything new comes out, if there's any new details that I'm missing, I'll definitely let you know. All I know is these are the updates. There is a lot of shit going on, and this is just like this much of the cases, harassment, all the stuff. There is a lot, y'all. I swear, you scroll through Twitter, it is nothing but.
I'd never bring my little sister around this event if people keep acting like they crazy. You know what I'm saying? All my family knows what I do. But if I gotta worry about some stupid person saying something dumb to them, you think I'm gonna bring them? And if I do bring them and you say or do something stupid, let me find out. All I'm saying is that I respect the community. And for me, that's why I will never try and never plan to disrespect this community. And anybody who does so, they should be put on notice. And if your intentions aren't pure in this community to make this shit grow bigger than it already is, to support everybody, no matter who they are. You know what I'm saying? Until they show themselves not wanting to be a part of this community, let's all be here together. Let's have fun and do this shit together.
So this is like 100% Tasty Steve being like real, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? Right here is basically saying we're fed up. I wouldn't want to bring anybody around. I got like family members and stuff, and you guys offend them. Let me find out. Let me find out. You're gonna see how tasty I really am. You're gonna get a taste of my foot in your ass. I love it, and I love that part. I love it because it's real. And at the end, the best part is like, yo, we're better than this. There's actually good people in the FGC. A lot of times these stories come to the light, but let's just focus on the silver lining. The focus on the silver lining is we are actually pushing all this shit to the surface right now. Everything is getting exposed. That means the more exposed and these dudes get the fuck out of here, the better we become. These stories are, let's face it, man, 2020, there's so much. There's even more stories that we haven't even got to yet. But anyway, a lot of it is sensitive. A lot of this is sensitive. So I always think to myself before I press record on this camera, like, I wonder if we're ready, if we're there. If we're mature enough to talk about it and to get real, you know what I'm saying? Fucking real, so we can understand real life. You know what I'm saying? Where we can get off our high horses enough to understand those that have been on this earth long enough and lived some life to understand real ass situations, because sometimes real ass situations happen in real life and a lot of us have lived through them. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're gonna have some more coming up. Today is what? Today is Wednesday, Friday, and we'll also have some sketch comedy coming up on Friday as well. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the love. See you soon. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
You gonna get a taste of my foot in your ass.